Welcome back to UMG Orlando, ladies and gentlemen. Myself and Mr. X in the booth, and we're at Winners Bracket Finals, Matt. This is going to be good.
Yeah, you know, I've been kind of waiting for this match all day. It's a rematch of two teams we saw a matchup in pool play. Stunner was able to take that one 3-0, but now both teams fought all the way back. Optic obviously had an awful Friday.
They
no doubt
0-6
about that.
Friday.
Yeah.
That's
Changed it around yesterday. They looked equally as good today. It's going to be important, though. You know, Stunner looked very good earlier. So, you know, let's go over both rosters, you know, for everybody at home. Let's start with Stunner. You know, Stunner, TJ Haley, Vex, Perplexed, and Huke. You know, Huke, I think, is kind of the story coming into this event. I mean, one of the better players at MLG Columbus, and then obviously here, you know, carrying over in the slaying department.
very talented individuals, all of these guys, and they've come here to really prove a lot of people wrong, I feel. And Huke, for me, definitely the player who stood out the most on this Stunner Gaming lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, him and TJ Haley both putting up very impressive KDs. If Perplex and Vex can slay and respawn and keep up, you know, that'll be a very tough thing for Optic to go against. And obviously, you know, Optic Gaming, I don't think we really need to introduce this roster.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people kind of know, but you're going to have a formal Nade Shot, Crim6, and Scump. Crim6, there he is, yeah. So you see the Crimbot. He's a pretty funny guy, but I mean, this roster is just so well put together. I mean, Nade Shot excelling in the OBJ department, you know, second half of Ghost and into Advanced Warfare, and I mean, I don't think you can say enough about the three Slayers.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, and as well, Nade Shot putting out some big digits recently as well. That was key, you know, in the earlier on game. Nade Shot played very well, and he's going to need to do a similar thing in this game for me, because Stunner, you cannot take lightly, and who's wearing Angry Birds pajamas?
That would be TJ
That's
Haley.
TJ. Okay, TJ. He's wearing Angry Birds pajamas.
I mean, nothing wrong with that. Can't handle that.
I mean,
Hear the crowd getting that Optic chant early.
I feel you need to get it early.
Prediction.
This is going game 5.
Yeah.
This is going game 5. And I'm going to say, just simply because of how my top 8 is, I'm saying Optic Gaming going to take it.
I know. I think it'll go to game 5, too. I mean,
you have to say Stunner, though, because we have a $100 bet.
well, obviously,
So
I know we have to, you know, go back and forth. They can't pick the same thing as you. That would be boring.
it would be boring. But kicking things off with Crim6 from Optic Gaming. And he's already going to have one gunfight up top, cleans it up, and it's going to be Nade Shot getting early control of the first hill.
Yeah, no, Optic starting off very hot, no able to get all 4 dead right off the bat. Nade Shot's going to play a little bit outside the hill, and we've seen that often today. You know, he's been putting up some great numbers in the slaying department, and Optic off to a great start here in the Winter Bracket Finals.
Scumpy and Formal on the hard point, and Scump's just going to be slaying it off. Nade Shot jumps back in. He's going to get a good win there. More players going to be rushing him, though. Nade Shot kicking things off 3-0. Hardpoint's going to be contested. Still looks for the kill. That's 4-0. Nade Shot doing it all. Nearly found another one. Formal is on the hill, though, and Optic Gaming holding this first hill for all of the time.
Yeah, and you see, you know, it's a different Optic Gaming than we saw on Friday. You know, when Nade Shot drops in the hill, the other players swarm it so fast. On Friday, you know, we saw, you know, Nade Shot would die in hill, and nobody would really be there to pick it up. And, you know, Formal and Scum doing a great job there flooding that hill.
Huke with a very slow start at 1-4. Perplexed struggling as well at 0-5. But the Stunner have managed to get control of this second hill. Can they try and hold it? That's going to be the question. Perplexed up top needs to try and get something going. He's firing everything and not connecting. And I have to ask, is potential nerves going to creep in for this Stunner lineup?
Yeah, no, I was going to bring that up. I think it's a very good point. This is the first time any of the players on Stunner have been in this position. You know, they've played extremely well up until this point, but you know, playing as a player, playing in matches like this, and then obviously coaching in matches like this, it's much different than any other type of match. And you know, it's going to take a while for them to get adjusted to this.
Nade Shot on your screens. He's going to pick up a kill. Finds the second as well. Not able to break the hard point. No. Formal with the barrel. Connects with an assist. And Optic Gaming going to pick up that scrap time. And Stunner, after 2 full hills, only have 10 points on the scoreboard. Looking at that minimap, big win right there from Vex, who's able to shut down Nade Shot, but Vex does fall down. Now, can we see Stunner try and control this hill? They have Perplexed in there, but 2 and 8 definitely struggling.
Yeah, definitely struggling a little bit, but I like the play from Stunner to rotate early, but they're going to have to win these engagements in this hill. You know, you can rack up tons of time on blue to rotate early. I think was the right call there, but Optic able to break that fairly easily. Nade Shot in the hill has one battle to win. He's going to win that versus TJ Haley. Taken out from behind. Nobody currently in control of that hill, though.
Crim6 is going to dive in there. There's going to be a couple of players rushing him. Tries to get the pre-fire on Vex. Dashes to the right-hand side. Vex comes out on top. Nice movement inside that hill to win that gunfight. 25 seconds left on this hill. And Stunner settling down a little bit now. This is good. Perplex managed to get a couple of kills in quick succession on the scoreboard.
Yeah, right at the beginning of the game, you could tell they were a bit nervous, came out to that first hard point. They were way too aggressive pushing that. They needed to slow down a bit, and you see them coming back into this game. They're starting to ease a little bit. TJ Haley has one player in the hill. That was actually Nadeshot able to take him out from behind, and it looks like Optic's going to be able to rotate to this green plat hill. It's going to be a difficult one for Stunner to break.
You're going to have Scump and Crimsix on this hill for now, looking to see if he can pick up any kills. Scumpy to his right-hand side is going to have a big gunfight to win any second now. That was against you. Wins that play. It's coming in from behind. That's Vex once again, but Formal just floating in midair. Picks up that one. Crimsix pushing the bottom middles is going to see one player connected with the... In fact, no, he didn't. That was the actual point to the hard point. But there is that kill. 93-44 with 30 seconds left on this hill.
Crim's adjusted his role a little bit since joining Optic Gaming. Obviously on AG and Complexity, one of the main slayers of that team, with Karma and Aches, obviously. But coming over to Optic Gaming, he's kind of taken, not really necessarily a backseat, but he's kind of started directing the team around hardpoint, and winning most of those engagements in hills. You see him fighting in the hill a lot of times. If it's not Nadeshot, Crim is in there and trying to fight those battles.
109-44, 5 seconds left before the hill rotates once again. Nadeshot playing for the scrap time. Perplexed thought about challenging, but 8 and 17 decides against it, and Nadeshot coming behind a couple of players here is going to clean them up, and himself and Crim on this hill playing it very well. Nadeshot 20 and 11 to open up. Crim 19 and 13 as well. So both those guys putting up some big digits at the start of this game.
Yeah, both putting up huge numbers to start this game, but Hugh coming out, going to get a 3-piece right there, and Vex picking up that last player. It's going to be Stunner able to control this hill. They need to push out Purple, though. We saw this happen yesterday with FaZe. Not able to push out Purple right here and pick up these kills, and it ended up the other team spawned right near them. But you see Vex doing exactly what FaZe did not do yesterday, pushing out Purple. That's exactly what they needed to do.
And look at how that's affected that spawn as well, Matt. Exactly what you were saying. Pushing out Purple really spawns Optic Gaming so far away, and now potentially Stunner can hold this hill for a little bit longer. Vex managed to pick up a couple kills. Scumpy's on the hill. He wins one gunfight, not going to win the second one. Nadeshot, meanwhile, jumps in. 8 seconds left. Again, it's just going to be scrap time, but that was a big play from Stunner. They reduced that deficit.
Yeah, if you're a Stunner, you can't really be too upset with this first rotation of hills. You came out, really nervous, and you weren't able to do anything, the first 2 or 3 hills, but you brought it back to something that, if you can get hot in the second rotation, you can bring this one back.
Still a lot of pressure on Perplex, who's double negative right now, really struggling. 11 and 22, needs to get something going for his team because he's been a player who throughout this tournament has been playing very, very consistently. And right now, just really not playing like himself. Nadeshot, last man on the hill though. Perplex is going to dive in there, can find the opposition, but Huke is going to win that gunfight. Still, 30 seconds left on this hill, Matt, so a lot of points to be won.
Oh yeah, tons of points to be won. And if Stunner can get a majority of this, they can make this a very close game, but they're going to need to start rotating. It looks like Hugh, I would have preferred him to go towards that next hardpoint setup. I think that's what they need to do right now. It's a money hill, it's a hill that you can take tons of time on. I would like to see them get set up early.
Crim6 is just going to pick up that scrap time. So now, who is on that rotation? You have Nadeshot already in the hill. A couple of players going to be pushing him, and he's already pushed down the hill. Managed to clean up one. Crim still just milking that scrap time, and Formal's up top. However, one player in the form of Vex is on the hill. Vex needs to win the gunfight, does, but Formal was above him, and Formal's actually jumped straight onto the hill. He falls, and that's going to be TJ and Perplex trying to get control of the hill.
Yeah, they're just going to try and push out and just get as many kills as they can right now. You see TJ going all the way out. Scump trying to use that 50 cal over in yellow, did not work, and then it's going to be Vex picking up another kill. Formal trying to push the front. Still a ton of time left in this game, Ben. If they're able to get this down, somewhere near 30 or 40 seconds going into this next hill, if they rotate early and take blue, they have a very good chance.
This is a lot of time. Stunner are actually picking up here is Nadeshot, not able to get control. Scump with one, looks for another. Player is going to be in there, and Scump will clean him up. However, still more players from Stunner pushing him, and Stunner Scump not able to actually pull together a couple of string of kills.
And Optic's got to rotate because the player is in Stunner in a very good position. They're only going to give up the last 10 seconds of that hill. They need to win these engagements on rotation. You're going to see Scump actually ended up killing Nadeshot with those barrels, and Formal's going to drop. So you see nobody from Optic near this next hill as it pops up.
Perplex is just going to be sitting in there. Let's see Vex's perspective. He's going to have a couple of gunfights he needs to win. There's the first one. Connects with that. Teammates over at the other side. They're going to win their gunfight. So Stunner locking down this hill right now, Matt. And this is exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah, Optic's going to need Formal to come alive here in this, last 3 hills. 19-27. They're very fortunate. Nadeshot stepped it up in the slaying department. 32 and 26. If they don't have a great game out of him, I think this will be a lot closer.
TJ on the hard point, picks up one, is going to see Krim. This is a big gunfight because there's going to be 2 players in there. He sees one. Can he find Crim6? Crim6 up top. Krim wins the gunfight, and Optic Gaming get brief control of the hill. However, immediately contested. Krim looking for the kill. 2 players pushing him. He picks up one. Can't find anyone else. Nadeshot's on the hill as well. He falls. Scumpy goes down as well, and that's Huke and Perplex putting up some big plays for Stunner.
Yeah, making huge plays right there for Stunner. He's going to come down these last 2 hills. Obviously, it's going to be only a 28-point game, but nobody in position to get control of this green plat. It's going to be Optic in control of it first, but they're going to need to push out through this mid-bio lab. And there's 1 player down there, Ben, winning these engagements. And Nadeshot, doing a great job pushing out these hills.
Scump's just going to be sitting on that hill, picking a bullet scrap time. Teammates doing a fantastic job of slaying around the outside. Vex running at Nadeshot. Nadeshot goes down. Crim6 looking at the other side. Formal and Scump are actually going to be on the hill. Formal now needs to win these gunfights. You said he needed to pick things up in the last couple of hills. He has done. Currently a 3 streak. Make that 4 as he cleans up 1. There's the second. Not able to win the third, but Crim6 is there. Crim's going to win that gunfight with the help of Nadeshot, who actually cleaned up the kill, and Crim6 going big on this second to last hill.
Yeah, no, Crim's taking a ton of pressure off of Nade by, taking this this hill time and, being able to win these engagements in the hill. Nade able to push these out, not have to, rely and win on those, 1v2 gun battles.
And Matt, that's going to be game 1 going to Optic Gaming. 60 seconds left in the game. Mathematically impossible for Stunner to come out with the win. And we look at that slaying column. And you've got 38 and 30 Scumpy, 36 and 31 Nadeshot. You've got Krim 36 and 27, and Formal not too far behind, almost about to hit 30. But you have the potential for 3 Optic Gaming players to drop 40 kills in a game of hardpoint. That's so hard to beat a team that can do that.
Right, and this was the thing that when this roster came together, you worried about playing them when they would have games like this. They can get Formal going in this series, especially on Respawn. It's going to be a very difficult series for Thunder to win.
It really will. TJ putting up some big digits though, 38 and 35. Bad play to him. But Optic Gaming, just with that massive slaying power, really just comes and really shows exactly how dominant they can be in hardpoint.
Oh, I mean, any Respawn game mode, but, Hardpoint was the one coming in that you kind of looked at that was going to be iffy for Optic Gaming, Online, they've looked great. Columbus, they weren't that good at it, but, they came here, after Friday, and Saturday looked like a completely different team, obviously carrying over into Championship Sundays. They win map 1.
Optic Gaming go 1-0 up here in our winners bracket final. Stunner definitely showing signs of life, and if they'd have started off hot as opposed to slow, that could have been a very, very different game. But now for me, Stunner need to win this next Search and Destroy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They need to win this Search and Destroy. It's going to be interesting to see, the first 2 or 3 rounds, if they come out a little bit frantic, if they're still a little have the nerves left in them. But I think they got it out that game, so I think this will be a much closer series.
For now, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, but when we return, we'll jump into S&D.